Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 24th of August, 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Let's jump into it. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 rose 0.5% today to 6,998 points, with energy stocks among the best on the bourse. As per usual, there were plenty of profit results around. Coles Group fell nearly 5% after reporting $240 million in COVID-19 costs, which hit the company's full-year bottom line. EML Payments was the worst on the bourse, down 11.6% to its lowest in 7 years after discovering fraudulent activity in its European operations. APA Group dropped more than 2%, even as it advised of a further increase in the dividend payout to shareholders for this coming year. WiseTech was a top performer, jumping more than 12% after delivering an 80% jump in profit. Not bad. Domino's Pizza leapt 7.6% after stepping up expansion in Asia with the acquisition of 287 stores in Malaysia, Singapore and Cambodia. And Iluka Resources jumped 10% and Worley jumped 6% on upbeat outlooks. Very, very busy day for the market. Story number 2, former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull says Lachlan Murdoch's legal proceedings against a small publisher are hypocritical, saying the Murdoch media organisations have defamed more people than any other in Australia. Mr Murdoch officially commenced defamation proceedings against Private Media, the publisher of news and politics website Crikey, on Tuesday evening over claims in an article linking the Murdoch family to the January 6 Capitol riot. Mr Turnbull didn't hold back. And I quote, "I think it's hypocritical. Very few people have defamed more people than the Murdochs over the years. They're always bleating about freedom of speech and how the defamation laws are too harsh and they stifle free speech." Story number 3, the Reserve Bank has warned that the major banks are lagging insurers when it comes to understanding how to use data to manage financial risks. And the comment was made with particular reference to climate risks. The big banks will face climate risks in their mortgage books as insurance becomes harder for customers to obtain, according to the Reserve Bank's head of domestic markets, Jonathan Kearns. While insurers were being hit with higher costs resulting from more extreme weather, they have systems in place to assess the likelihood of costs of such events. They also had an advantage of being able to reprice premiums annually, something that the banks need to catch up on. Story number 4. Star Entertainment allegedly gave a $53,000 gold Rolex watch and a birthday cake to a high roller banned by the New South Wales Police Commissioner from gambling at its flagship casino in Sydney. Counsel assisting the Queensland investigation into the gaming group, Jonathan Horton QC, suggested the expensive watch and birthday cake were designed to lure the banned gambler over the border for repeat visitations to the Stars casino complexes in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast. But Chief Marketing Officer Chris Peasley disagreed, according to Financial Review, telling Mr Horton that the intent was to reward them for their loyalty and to recognise that milestone birthday. The inquiry, which is raking over Star Queensland's operations to investigate wrongdoing, also heard the casino group changed its responsible gambling policy just the day before public hearings kicked off in Brisbane on Tuesday. From Monday, the casino employees will now check on customers and encourage them to take breaks after 3 hours of non-stop gambling rather than every 6 hours. And finally, story number 5. The US will hold the first in-person meetings with ministers from 13 Indo-Pacific nations in Los Angeles next month under its economic initiative designed to counter China's influence in the region. The gathering under the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity includes Australia and will discuss trade, supply chains, clean energy, tax and anti-corruption. The US has stepped up its efforts to engage Asia in economic matters and 13 countries have signed up to the new grouping. It's an effort to keep China at bay. Former President Donald Trump withdrew the US from the Trans-Pacific Partnership in 2017, and the US's influence in the region has sagged ever since. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 24th of August, 2022. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning for the Thursday edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.